Shaanxi is a province of China, located in the North China region. Its one-character abbreviation is after the state of Jin that existed here during the Spring and Autumn period. The name Shaanxi means west of the mountains, a reference to the province's location west of the Taihang Mountains. Shaanxi borders Hebei to the east, Henan to the south, Shaanxi to the west, and Inner Mongolia to the north, and is made up mainly of a plateau bounded partly by mountain ranges. The capital of the province is Taiyuan. History. Pre-imperial China. In the Spring and Autumn period, the state of Jin was located in what is now Shaanxi. It underwent a three-way split into the states of Han, Zhao and Wei in 403 BC, the traditional date taken as the start of the Warring States period. By 221 BC, all of these states had fallen to the state of Qin, which established the Qin dynasty. Imperial China. The Han dynasty ruled Shaanxi as the province of Bingzhou. During the invasion of northern nomads in the 16 Kingdoms period, several regimes, including the later Zhao, former Yan, former Qin, and later Yan, continuously controlled Shaanxi. They were followed by northern Wei, the Hebei kingdom, which had one of its earlier capitals at present-day Datong in northern Shaanxi, and which went on to rule nearly all of northern China. The Tang dynasty originated in Taiyuan. During the Tang dynasty and after, the area was called Edong, or east of the river. Empress Wu Zetian, China's only female ruler, was born in Shaanxi. During the first part of the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period, Shaanxi supplied rulers of 3 of the 5 dynasties, as well as being the only one of the 10 kingdoms located in northern China. Shaanxi was initially home to the Jiedushi of Hedong, Li Kangzi, who overthrew the first of the 5 dynasties, later Liang to establish the second. Later Tang, another Jiedushi of Hedong, Shi Jingtang, overthrew later Tang to establish the third of the 5 dynasties, later Jin, and yet another Jiedushi of Hedong, Lu Zhiyuan, established the fourth of the 5 dynasties after the Khitans destroyed later Jin, the third. Finally, when the fifth of the 5 dynasties emerged, the Jiedushi of Hedong at the time, Lu Chong, rebelled and established an independent state called Northern Han, one of the 10 kingdoms, in what is now northern and central Shaanxi. Shi Jingtang, founder of the later Jin, the third of the 5 dynasties, ceded a large slice of northern China to the Khitans in return for military assistance. This territory, called the 16 prefectures of Yanyuan, included a part of northern Shaanxi. The ceded territory became a major problem for China's defense against the Khitans for the next 100 years, because it lay south of the Great Wall. During the Northern Song dynasty, the 16 ceded prefectures continued to be an area of contention between Song China and the Liao dynasty. Later the Southern Song dynasty abandoned all of North China, including Shaanxi, to the Jurchen Jin dynasty in 1127 after the Jinkang incident of the Jin-Song Wars. The Mongol Yuan dynasty divided China into provinces but did not establish Shaanxi as a province. Shaanxi only gained its present name and approximate borders during the Ming dynasty. During the Qing dynasty, Shaanxi extended north beyond the Great Wall to include parts of Inner Mongolia, including what is now the city of Ho, and overlapped with the jurisdiction of the H-Banners and the Gua-Tumed Banner in that area. Modern China. During most of the Republic of China's period of rule over mainland China, the warlord Yan Hsi Shan held Shaanxi. During the Second Sino-Japanese War, Japan occupied much of the province after winning the Battle of Taiyuan. Shaanxi was also a major battlefield between the Japanese and the Chinese Communist guerrillas of the 8th Route Army during the war. After the defeat of Japan, much of the Shaanxi Shanxi countryside became important bases for the Communist People's Liberation Army in the ensuing Chinese Civil War. Yen had incorporated thousands of former Japanese soldiers among his own forces, and these soldiers became part of his failed defensive Taiyuan against the People's Liberation Army in early 1949. For centuries, Shaanxi served as the center of trade and banking. The Shaanxi merchants were once synonymous with wealth. The well-preserved city and UNESCO World Heritage Site Ping now shows many signs of its economic importance in the Qing dynasty. In modern times, coal mining is important to Shaanxi's economy, but critics have complained of deplorable mine conditions. Since 2004, the province has been plagued with labor safety issues, including a slave labor scandal involving children, causing significant civil unrest and national embarrassment. Geography: Shaanxi is located on a plateau made up of higher ground to the east and the west and a series of valleys in the center through which the Fen River runs. The highest peak is Mount Watai in northeastern Shaanxi with an altitude of 3,058 meters. The Great Wall of China forms most of the northern border with Inner Mongolia. The Taihang Mountains run along part of the southern border and separate Shaanxi from the east-west part of the Yellow River. Mount Hua is to the southwest. The Yellow River forms the western border of Shaanxi with Shaanxi. The Fen and Qin rivers, tributaries of the Yellow River, run north to south through the province, and drain much of its area. The north of the province is drained by tributaries of the Hai River, such as Sangan and Hutuo rivers. The largest natural lake in Shaanxi is Ichi Lake, a salt lake near Yunchang in southwestern Shaanxi. Shaanxi has a continental monsoon climate, and is rather arid. Average January temperatures are below 0 degrees Celsius, while average July temperatures are around 21 to 26 degrees Celsius. Winters are long, dry, and cold, while summer is warm and humid. Spring is extremely dry and prone to dust storms. Shaanxi is one of the sunniest parts of China. Early summer heatwaves are common. Annual precipitation averages around 350 to 700 millimeters, with 60% of it concentrated between June and August. Major cities: Taiyuan, Datong, Changzhou, Yangquan. Administrative divisions: Shaanxi is divided into 11 prefecture-level divisions, all prefecture-level cities. The 11 prefecture-level divisions of Shaanxi are subdivided into 119 county-level divisions. Those are in turn divided into 1388 township-level divisions. Politics: the governor of Shaanxi is the highest-ranking official in the People's Government of Shaanxi. However, in the province's dual-party government governing system, the governor is subordinate to the Provincial Communist Party Secretary, colloquially termed the Shaanxi Party Chief. As is the case in almost all Chinese provinces, the provincial party chief and governor are not natives of Shaanxi. Rather, they are outsiders who are, in practice, appointed by the central party and government authorities. The province went through significant political instability since 2004, due largely to the number of scandals that have hit the province on labor safety, the environment, and the interconnected nature between the provincial political establishment and big coal companies. Yu Yuzhen was sent by the central government in 2005 to become governor but resigned in the wake of the Shaanxi slave labor scandal in 2007. He was succeeded by Meng Zuenong, who had been previously sacked as mayor of Beijing in the aftermath of the SARS outbreak. Meng himself was removed from office in 2008 after only a few months on the job due to the political fallout from the 2008 Shaanxi mudslide. In 2008, Provincial Political Consultative Conference Chair, one of the highest-ranked provincial officials, Jin Yanwan, died in a car accident. Since Xi Jinping's ascendancy to power at the 18th Party Congress, numerous highly ranked officials in Shaanxi have been placed under investigation for corruption-related offenses, including 4 incumbent members of the province's highest ruling council, the Provincial Communist Party Standing Committee. These were Chen Xuanping, Nie Chanyu, Du Shanxi, and Bai Yun. They were all removed from office around August 2014. Ling Zhengche, the Provincial Political Consultative Conference vice-chair and the older brother of Ling Jua, the province's vice-governor Ren Runhou, former Taiyuan Party chief Shen Vaikan, Taiyuan Police chief Lu Suiji, vice-chair of the Provincial People's Congress Jin Da-oming, Yunchang Party chief Wang Meio-she, and Datong Party chief Fen Li-zhang also fell from grace. Shaanxi was therefore the hardest-hit province during the anti-corruption campaign of Xi Jinping. Targeted corruption investigations on such a massive scale was unprecedented. It amounted to a wholesale cleansing of Shaanxi's political establishment. In the aftermath of the political earthquake, party chief Yuan Chungking was removed from his post in September 2014, with Wang Rulan helicoptered into the provincial party secretary office. Economy. The GDP per capita of Shaanxi is below the national average. Compared to the provinces in East China, Shaanxi is less developed for many reasons. Its geographic location limits its participation in international trade, which involves mostly eastern coastal provinces. Important crops in Shaanxi include wheat, maize, millet, legumes, and potatoes. The local climate and dwindling water resources limit agriculture in Shaanxi. Shaanxi possesses 260 billion metric tons of known coal deposits, about a third of China's total. As a result, Shaanxi is a leading producer of coal in China and has more coal companies than any other province, with an annual production exceeding 300 million metric tons. The Datong, Ningwu, Zishan, Hedong, Kashui, and Hoxi coalfields are some of the most important in Shaanxi. Shaanxi also contains about 500 million tons of bauxite deposits, about a third of total Chinese bauxite reserves. Industry in Shaanxi is centered around heavy industries such as coal and chemical production, power generation, and metal refining. There are countless military-related industries in Shaanxi due to its geographic location and history as the former base of the Chinese Communist Party and the People's Liberation Army. Taiyuan Satellite Launch Center, one of China's 3 satellite launch centers, is located in the middle of Shaanxi with China's largest stockpile of nuclear missiles. Many private corporations, in joint ventures with the state-owned mining corporations, have invested billions of dollars in the mining industry of Shaanxi. Hong Kong billionaire Li Ka-shing made one of his largest investments ever in China in exploiting coal gas in Shaanxi. Foreign investors include mining companies from Canada, the United States, Japan, the United Kingdom, Germany and Italy. The mining-related companies include Dakin Railway Co., Limited, which runs one of the busiest and most technologically advanced railways in China, connecting Datong and Qinhuangdao exclusively for coal shipping. The revenue of Dakin Railway Co., Limited is among the highest among Shaanxi companies due to its export of coal to Japan, Korea, and Southeast Asia. Shaanxi's nominal GDP in 2011 was 1,110 billion yuan, ranked 21st in China. Its per capita GDP was 21,544 yuan. Shaanxi has received criticism for bad working conditions in coal mining and other heavy industries. Thousands of workers have died every year in those industries. Cases of child labor abuse were discovered recently. In contrast with the poverty, Shaanxi is known for its wealthy mine owners in China. Consortiums of mine owners from Shaanxi have influences in Beijing's real estate market because of the speculation. The only other wealth group in China having the same influence is the entrepreneurs from Wenzhou, Zhejiang, which is the center of light industry of China and the world. Industrial zones. Taiyuan Economic and Technology Development Zone. Taiyuan Economic and Technology Development Zone is a state-level development zone approved by the State Council in 2001, with a planned area of 9.6 square kilometers. It is only 2 kilometers from Taiyuan Airport and 3 kilometers from the railway station. National highways 208 and 307 pass through the zone. So far, it has formed a for industrial base, a professional industry park development pattern. Taiyuan High-Tech Industrial Development Zone. Established in 1991, Taiyuan High-Tech Industrial Development Zone is the only state-level high-tech development zone in Shaanxi, with total area of 24 square kilometers. It is close to Taiyuan Wusu Airport and Highway G208. The nearest port is Dianjin. Transportation. The transport infrastructure in Shaanxi is very developed. There are many important national highways and railways that connect the province with neighboring provinces. Shaanxi's road hub is in the capital, Taiyuan. The major highways in province form a road network connecting all the counties. Examples of major highways are Datong Yuncheng Expressway, Taiyuan Jiaguan Expressway, Beijing-Hong Kong-Macau Expressway, Beijing-Tianjin-Tanggu Expressway. Rail. Shaanxi has extensive rail infrastructure to neighboring provinces. The rail network connects to major cities Taiyuan, Shijiazhuang, Beijing, Yuanping, Baotou, Datong, Menyuan and Jiaozhou. The province also have extensive rail network to coastal cities such as Qinhuangdao, Qingdao, Jantai and Lianongang. The province has a rail network called the Shuaozhou-Huanghua Railway. It will service Shanghai County in Shaanxi with Huanghua Port in Hebei. It will become the second largest railway for coal transport from west to east in China. Aviation. Shaanxi's main aviation transport hub is Taiyuan Wusu Airport. The airport has routes connecting Shaanxi to 28 domestic cities including Beijing, Xi'an, Chengdu and Chongqing. There are international routes to Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan and Russia. There is also another airport in Datong which has domestic routes to other mainland cities. Demographics. The population is mostly Han Chinese with minorities of Mongol, Manchu, and the Hui. Source: Department of Population, Social, Science and Technology Statistics of the National Bureau of Statistics of China and Department of Economic Development of the State Ethnic Affairs Commission of China. Eds. Tabulation on Nationalities of 2000 Population Census of China. 2 vols. Beijing, Nationalities Publishing House, 2003. In 2004, the birth rate was 12.36 births, 1,000 population, while the death rate was 6.11 deaths, 1,000 population. The sex ratio was 105.5 males, 100 females. Religion. The predominant religions in Shaanxi are Chinese folk religions, Taoist traditions and Chinese Buddhism. According to surveys conducted in 2007 and 2009, 15.61% of the population believes and is involved in cults of ancestors, while 2.17% of the population identifies as Christian. The reports didn't give figures for other types of religion. 82.22% of the population may be either irreligious or involved in worship of nature, deity, deities, Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism, folk religious sects, and small minorities of Muslims. Health. In the 2000s, the province was considered to be one of the most polluted areas in China. The pollution, caused in part by heavy coal mining, has deteriorated health problems in the province. Culture. Language. The dialects spoken in Shaanxi have traditionally been included in the Northern Mandarin group. Since 1985, some linguists have argued that the dialects spoken in most of the province should be treated as a top-level division called Jin, based on its preservation of the Middle Chinese entering tone category. Unlike other dialects in northern China, these dialects are also noted for extremely complex tone-sandy systems. The dialects spoken in some areas in southwestern Shaanxi near the borders with Henan and Shaanxi are classified in the Zhongyuan Mandarin subdivision of the Mandarin group. Cuisine. Shaanxi cuisine is most well known for its extensive use of vinegar as a condiment, as well as for a huge variety of noodle dishes, particularly knife-cut noodles or dao shao mian, which are served with a range of sauces. A dish originating from Taiyuan, the provincial capital, is Taiyuan tunao. It is a breakfast dish, a porridge-like stew made with mutton, Chinese yam, lotus roots, astragalus membranaceus, tuber onions, and yellow cooking wine for additional aroma. It can be enjoyed by dipping pieces of unleavened flat bread into the soup, and is reputed to have medicinal properties. Pinglao is famous for its unique salt beef, while the areas around Wat Aishan are known for wild mushrooms. The most popular local spirit is fenjiu, a light, fragrance variety of baijiu that is generally sweeter than other northern Chinese spirits. Music. Shaanxi opera is the local form of Chinese opera. It was popularized during the late Qing dynasty with the help of the then ubiquitous Shaanxi merchants who were active across parts of China. Also called Zhonglu Bangzi, it is a type of Bangzi opera, a group of operas generally distinguished by the use of wooden clappers for rhythm and by a more energetic singing style. Shaanxi opera is also complemented by kuzi, a blanket term for more melodic styles from further south. Puzhou opera, from southern Shaanxi, is a more ancient type of bangzi that makes use of very wide linear intervals. Ancient commerce. Shaanxi merchants constituted a historical phenomenon that lasted for centuries from the Song to the Qing dynasty. Shaanxi merchants ranged far and wide from Central Asia to the coast of eastern China. By the Qing dynasty they were conducting trade across both sides of the Great Wall. During the late Qing dynasty, a new development occurred, the creation of piawao, which were essentially banks that provided services like money transfers and transactions, deposits, and loans. After the establishment of the first piawao in Pinglao, the bankers in Shaanxi dominated China's financial market for centuries until the collapse of Qing dynasty and the coming of British banks. Tourism. Jingqi in Taiyuan, noted for its temples, Song dynasty paintings and architecture. Zuoquan County, known for its China Communist Party battlefield sites. The ancient city of Pinglao is a World Heritage Site near Taiyuan. Once a great financial center of China, it is noted for its preservation of many features of northern Han Chinese culture, architecture, and way of life during the Ming and Qing dynasties. The Yonggang Grottos, its literal translation being the Cloud Ridge Caves, are shallow caves near Datong. There are over 50,000 carved images and statues of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas within these grottos, ranging from 4 centimeters to 7 meters tall. A World Heritage Site in Datong consists of 252 caves noted for the collection of 5th and 6th century Buddhist grotto sculptures and reliefs. Mount Watai is the highest point in the province. It is known as the residence of the Bodhisattva Manjushri, and as a result is also a major Buddhist pilgrimage destination, with many temples and natural sites. Points of interest include Tang Dynasty-era timber halls located at Nanshan Temple and Fogwang Temple, as well as a giant white stupa at Taiyuan Temple built during the Ming Dynasty. Mount Hengshan, in Hunyuan County, is one of the 5 Great Peaks of China, and is also a major Taoist site. Not far from Hengshan, the Hanging Temple is located on the side of a cliff and has survived for 1,400 years despite earthquakes in the area. Pagoda of Fogong Temple, in Ying County, is a pagoda built in 1056 during the Liao dynasty. It is octagonal with 9 levels, and at 67 meters in height, it is currently the tallest wooden pagoda in the world. It is also the oldest fully wooden pagoda in China, although many no longer existing wooden pagodas have preceded it, and many existing stone and brick pagodas predate it by centuries. Hukou Waterfall is located in the Yellow River on the Shaanxi-Shaanxi border. At 50 meters high, it is the second highest waterfall in China. Dazhai is a village in Ziyang County, situated in hilly, difficult terrain. It was a holy site during the Cultural Revolution, when it was set out to the entire nation as exemplary of the hardiness of the proletariat, especially peasants. Niangziguan Township is located in northeast of Pingding County, which is in the junction of Shaanxi and Hebei Province. It is an old village noted for the Niangzi Pass. Education. Major post-secondary institutes in Shaanxi include North University of China, Changsha Medical College, Datong University, Jinzhong College, Luliang High College, North China University of Science and Technology, Shaanxi Agricultural University, Shaanxi College of Traditional Chinese Medicine, Shaanxi Medical University, Shaanxi Teachers University, also called Shaanxi Normal University, Shaanxi University, Shaanxi University of Finance and Economics, Changsha College, Taiyuan Normal University, Taiyuan University of Science and Technology, Taiyuan University of Technology, Xinzhou Teachers University, Yuncheng University.